Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I think he's going to look good in the picture when he's on the canvas and I'm standing over him.
With the fight just days away, both Mike Tyson and Jake Paul walked into the press conference brimming with confidence. However, things quickly took a turn when the legendary Tyson mocked Jake by throwing a few of his signature punches and then shoved him aside. Jake, unable to hold back, fired back with his own response. It's been almost 40 years since Mike Tyson first stepped into a professional boxing ring, and 19 years since he decided to retire after some tough losses. Now, at 58 years old, he's coming back to fight again. This big event backed by Netflix is making a lot of people talk, and not everyone is happy about it. Many in the boxing world think Tyson shouldn't be fighting at his age. So, who's he going up against? Believe it or not, Tyson will be facing Jake Paul. Yep, the same Jake Paul who first got famous on YouTube a few years ago. Jake may be younger, but he's newer to boxing and is best known for his internet stunts. The press conference was packed with fans of both fighters. The energy in the room was wild as Tyson and Jake sat across from each other. People were chanting and booing, making it clear how excited everyone was for the big fight. You could feel the tension in the air as fans cheered for their favorite fighter. The fight is set for November 15th, but the way people reacted at the press conference, it felt like it was happening right then and there. Fans were so pumped up, you'd think the fight was just moments away. Both Tyson and Jake seemed ready, and everyone in the crowd was buzzing with excitement. The interviewer didn't waste any time and asked Tyson the first question. They wanted to know how he was feeling, especially since he had a medical scare before. That was the reason the fight had to be pushed back. People were worried about him, but everyone was curious to hear what he had to say now. As a true legend, Tyson's response was one that gave everyone confidence in him. He said that even though the fight had to be canceled before, it's definitely happening now because he's feeling a lot better. His words showed that he's determined and ready to step into the ring once again.
I had a small adversity. I got sick, but I'm better. I feel good.
On the other side, there's Jake Paul, who's chosen to step into the ring with one of the toughest men in boxing history. You have to wonder, why would he want to do this? Is there a secret reason? Did someone make him do it, or is he doing this just to prove something? Jake claims he wants to make history, which sounds bold, but also a little risky. Just as Jake was trying to explain himself, the crowd didn't seem too impressed. They started booing, showing they weren't buying into his reasons too easily. It must have been tough for him to keep talking with all that noise, but he managed to keep his cool and finish what he was saying. Even if his response wasn't super exciting, it was enough to keep him from looking embarrassed. He didn't say anything that got the crowd on his side, but he also didn't let their reaction throw him off. It was clear Jake wasn't going to back down, even if the fans weren't convinced.
This is what it's all about for me, man. I'm a kid from Ohio. Hey, New York, shut the fuck up, New York. You're just like Mike Tyson. You were good 20 years ago. Fuck you, New York.
Jake, clearly still fired up, grabbed his microphone again. He started talking about how lots of people keep telling him that Tyson is going to knock him out. But Jake had a totally different take on it. He said with complete confidence that he's the one who's going to knock Tyson down. And from the look on his face, he wasn't joking at all. You could tell Jake was serious about this. He wasn't just trying to get attention. He truly believed he could beat Tyson. As he spoke, he even took off his sunglasses, and that's when everyone noticed his face turning red. It was clear that he felt every word he was saying, like he wanted everyone to believe in his chances.
All the people in my comments saying, look at his power, he's gonna get KO'd. He's saying that it's gonna be my funeral. And that's why I love Mike, I respect him, but we're not friends anymore. Until November 15th, I'm knocking this motherfucker out, and we're gonna see who's dead.
The interviewer then turned to Tyson and asked him a big question. Why, after all these years, did he decide to come back to the ring? Tyson had been out of boxing for a long time, and no one really expected him to return, especially not for a fight against someone like Jake Paul. It seemed like a surprising choice to many. Tyson's answer was simple but powerful. He said he came back because he can. For him, it was about proving he still had what it takes, even after all these years. He made it clear that he doesn't think anyone else could do what he's doing at his age. And that's why he's stepping back into the spotlight.
Because I can. Who else can do it but me? Who else is he gonna fight to make this happen?
Tyson's words were true in every way. No boxer has ever come back for a second debut quite like this. When Tyson first decided to retire, fans everywhere were sad to see him go. After all, he was a legend who brought so much excitement and thrill to boxing. For many fans, it was hard to imagine boxing without Tyson. He was the fighter everyone watched, the one who made every match feel like a big event. The idea of him retiring seemed impossible, like something that shouldn't happen in the sport.
We got a YouTuber fighting the greatest fighter that ever lived.
Jake Paul didn't take Tyson's words lightly. It seemed like Tyson's comments really got to him. You could tell by the look on Jake's face that he wasn't happy about what Tyson said. Instead of backing down, Jake decided to respond in a big way. Jake fired back with his own shocking statement about the upcoming fight. He said something that really grabbed everyone's attention and made the crowd go silent. It was clear he wasn't going to let Tyson get the last word, and he wanted to make sure everyone knew he was serious about this fight.
I brought this deal to this old-ass motherfucker. You're welcome, my son. I'm gonna discipline you like a son.
Jake Paul's disrespectful words were really surprising. How could someone who is so new to boxing talk badly about a legend like Mike Tyson? Even Tyson's old rivals always respected him because they knew how great of a fighter and person he was. But Jake? It seemed like he had no filter and just kept talking. Despite Jake's harsh words, Tyson didn't get upset. He just laughed it off like it didn't bother him at all. Tyson's reaction showed how calm and collected he can be, even when someone's talking trash about him. He didn't let Jake's words get to him. In true Iron Mike style, Tyson even said something that shocked everyone. He mentioned that, believe it or not, he actually likes Jake. That's right, despite all the trash talk, Tyson wasn't letting it ruin his cool attitude. It just goes to show how calm and confident he is in himself.
I don't know. He amazes me.
Fuck Jake Paul.
Although Tyson didn't respond directly to Jake's disrespect, he did have one thing to say as a warning.
Be in good shape because your health depends on it.
Hey, you're the one that wanted 8 2-minute rounds. You want to make it 10 threes?
Let's go. Be careful.
You want 10 threes?
Jake Paul surprised everyone when he said something that left the crowd totally silent. He actually challenged Canelo Alvarez, one of the best boxers in the world, to a fight. Everyone was shocked. It made people wonder if Jake really thought he could beat Tyson and was feeling so confident that he'd call out someone as tough as Canelo. This move seemed a little crazy. Canelo has years of experience, and he's beaten some of the best fighters out there. So for Jake, a YouTuber turned boxer, to challenge him made people raise their eyebrows. It was like he was getting ahead of himself.
Still on the path to become world champion. There's a lot of shit talkers out there. I still want Canelo Alvarez, and I want to go on the path to world championship. When it happens, people are going to go, God damn, that kid knew something we didn't.
After all the talk, both fighters were asked to stand face to face. Sure, the conversation earlier was chaotic, but this was even worse. I'd go as far as to call it outrageous. With the press conference behind them, do you think Jake Paul has a chance of beating Mike Tyson? Or will Tyson show that age is just a number in this fight? Please let me know in the comments below.